The following podcast is brought to you by Iconic Nation Media.
Welcome to The Winning Edge, the podcast where champions are built and legacies are made. I'm Leonard Wheeler, former NFL player turned entrepreneur of 24 years and co-executive director of the NFL Legends community. After years of being on the field, I've learned that the real game starts when the stadium lights go out. This show is your all-access pass to the mindset, strategies, and leadership lessons that fuel success beyond sports. Each week, we will dive into what it truly takes to win in business, leadership, and life. We'll discuss how elite athletes, game-changing entrepreneurs, and industry leaders turn discipline into dominance and setbacks into comebacks. The next play is yours. What's up, everybody? This is Leonard Wheeler. Welcome to another episode of the Winning Edge podcast that is brought to you by Iconic Nations Media and Brotherhood in Motion. Today, we're going to talk about the lies we've been told and believed. The lies we've been told and believed. What does that mean? What am I even talking about right now? How many things do you believe simply because you've heard them your entire life? Think about it. Your parents have said them. Your coaches have repeated them. Your teachers have believed them. Social media posts them every single day. Some of these things sound wise, and some sound even inspiring, and maybe even some sound biblical. But here's the problem. Just because something is commonly said doesn't necessarily make it commonly true. Okay? So today I want to challenge a few of those things, and I want us to really dig in, and I want you to think about when you were a kid, did you hear this number one? So I'm going to just talk about 10 of them today. Number one, what you don't know won't hurt you. What you don't know will not hurt you. Really? Tell that to the man who skipped his annual physical because he felt fine and he didn't know and he was diagnosed with stage 4 prostate cancer. Tell it to the family that didn't know they were drowning in debt. What they didn't know would hurt them. Tell that to the couple who ignored warning signs in their marriage. Hey, what they didn't know won't hurt them. I know this one personally. I felt healthy. I exercised. I had no symptoms. Diagnosed with prostate cancer. I'm not going to make this as much about me as I need to make it about the conversation that we need to continue to have. What you don't know will not only hurt you, what you don't know will destroy you. So it's important for us to make sure that we stop saying these common things that we think are so good. What you don't know won't hurt you. What you don't know, that's a lie. It's a lie from the pit of hell is the way I say it. Okay, so let's learn to ask the questions, change the conversations. All right, got it? Okay, check. Let's go to number 2. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Not necessarily. Sometimes what doesn't kill you makes you bitter. Sometimes what doesn't kill you makes you angry. Sometimes what doesn't kill you makes you fearful. It makes you isolated. Okay, so does that make sense? Pain doesn't automatically produce strength. Pain produces whatever we allow it to produce. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I get what they're saying. I get what we've all heard our entire lives. Is it what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Got it. What doesn't kill you can kill you. Does that make sense? The betrayal didn't make you stronger. The diagnosis didn't make you stronger. Your response made you stronger. Your faith made you stronger. Your willingness of healing made you stronger. Your strength isn't automatic. It's intentional. So we have to stop believing the lie is that your faith, your belief system, your mindset, those things make us stronger. Okay, let's go to number 3. Time heals all wounds. No, time passes, healing is a choice. Time passes, healing is a choice. I've watched plenty of people carry the same hurt for 30, 40, 50 years. Same anger, same resentment, same unforgiveness. Time didn't heal them. Okay? Time simply measured how long they've been hurting. Healing happens when we forgive. If we forgive, we will be forgiven. That is in Matthew's, in the Bible. When we seek help, when we have hard conversations, when we surrender our pain to the Father, it brings healing. Okay? Time doesn't bring healing. You have to make a decision to choose to bring healing. Don't confuse time with transformation. Okay? Let's go to number 4. Follow your heart. Can I be honest? The Bible even says the heart is deceitful. Okay? Your heart lies. My heart lies to me. My heart carries emotion. Emotion carries lies because it makes you feel things that are not necessarily always true. Fear lives in that space. Pride lives in that space. Jealousy lives in that space. Anger lives there. Emotions live there. Don't simply follow your heart. Lead it. You can't follow your heart. Your heart's not going. You have to lead it. Lead it with wisdom. Lead it with truth. Lead it with the word of God. Because feelings change. Truth doesn't. Truth will always stay the same. 2 + 2 will always be got it. Okay? Truth doesn't change. Are we good with that? All right, let's go to number 5. Fake it till you make it. Even when you fake it and you make it, you're still faking it. So you're still faking it. Do you really know as much as you did before you faked it? And I know I've said it myself, okay? We've become experts at looking successful. The perfect social media, the perfect smile, the perfect answers. Meanwhile, people are exhausted trying to keep up the image over and over. It becomes tiring. You're like, man, I'm tired of pretending. Real confidence doesn't come from pretending. It comes from preparation. Does that make sense? It comes from growth, humility, and being secure enough to admit it. I don't know, but I'm willing to learn. That's a good saying. People don't trust perfection. They trust authenticity. If a person's one way here and another way here, I'm going, which one is the real you? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking, which one is real? Because the one that's authentic and the one that's real will be the one that continues to create the connections. Okay? People have to see who you really are. So faking it till you make it, it only lasts for a while. Okay? You have to be authentic. All right. Let's go to number 6. Money can't buy happiness. Hey, money can't buy happiness. That's true. But it also misses the point. Money buys comfort. It buys convenience. It buys options. Okay? But it cannot buy peace. It cannot buy purpose, character, integrity. I believe this, that the more money someone with bad character, the more money that comes to people with bad character only continues to reveal the character. If you have a person that's humble and they have a humble foundation, then money will not change that person. You really don't have to worry about that person changing as much. But when the foundation is trying to get ahead and trying to just make it by all means necessary, then you're going to leave out the Father. You're going to leave out God. You're going to become selfish. And you're going to think you did it. That's what it does. So I met plenty of people working in my business over the past 27 years and playing in the NFL that have a lot of money. And I know that money reveals true character. All right, let's go to number 7. Everything happens for a reason. This one deserves careful thought. Cancer isn't good. Nobody's going to say, oh, cancer is good. Loss is good. Abuse isn't good. addiction isn't good. Let's stop pretending that every painful thing is somehow good. But here's what I believe. God is so powerful. He can bring purpose out of what was never meant to happen. So he can bring purpose out of cancer. He can bring purpose out of addiction. He can bring purpose out of affliction. He can bring purpose out of hurt. He can bring purpose out of loss. That's the difference. He doesn't waste the pain. He helps us to develop from the pain. He helps us to transform through and from the pain. He redeems it. I've seen him do it in my own life plenty of times. So, all right, let's go to number 8. I know this is getting deep. It's okay. I just wanted to make sure that we had this conversation because I believe sometimes things get lost. It gets lost and we start to believe the words that we believed our entire lives without understanding the consequences of it. Okay, what about number 8? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never. Exactly. Really? Ask the adult still carrying something from a parent that was said decades ago. Ask an athlete that's carrying something into his future that a coach in middle school or elementary school said to them. Ask the child who believes they're not good enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not fat enough, not skinny enough, not blah, blah, blah. Ask that person. Ask the person how words have shaped their identities. What about words that have built their environment, their cultures, because they believe some word that somebody said to them that continues to develop who they are to this day? Choose your words carefully, because sticks and stones may break your bones, but words can also break you. Okay? They can also break you. So whatever you're saying to your kids that's not lifting them up, whatever you're saying to your spouse that's not lifting them up, you're thinking that you can discourage people, that you can just say anything to people. Who are you to feel that you can do that? Who are you to feel that you can just say any words to people and it doesn't start to define who they are? Because I believe that the enemy loves to bring people that will say anything to anybody and think that it's okay. It's not. It's not okay. All right, let me go to number 9. The grass is always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where someone has been watering it. Every marriage requires work, requires cultivating, requires watering, requires seed, requires uplifting, requires all the things that creates a greener pasture. Every career requires work, requires studying. Every friendship requires work. Every dream requires work. Stop looking over the fence. Start tending our own fields. Hey, listen, I am guilty. I'm not pointing fingers here. So stop looking at me with your judgment eyes, thinking that I'm pointing fingers because I'm sharing this word. If something is entering your spirit, then you have to question, am I dealing with some of these top 9 or 10 things that might be triggering me? And if something's triggering you, the words aren't triggering you. You're allowing your guilt to trigger you. It's called a conscience. Okay? So have a clear conscience before man and God. Period. Okay, let's go to number 10. Winning is everything. As a former NFL player, I love winning, but I've learned something. Winning isn't everything. Character is, because if you win the trophy, you lose your family, you compromise your integrity, you ignore your health, or forget your purpose. Did you really win? if you win, let's say winning is everything. You lose your family, you compromise your integrity, you ignore your health, or forget your purpose. Did you win? Who won? Sometimes I believe, this is just me, that we have a tendency to think if as long as I'm being successful and I am compromising my family, I'm compromising paying attention, I'm compromising listening, I'm compromising not getting coached, that I'm winning. You're not winning. The winning is temporary. And one day you're going to find out, and I'm going to find out, that winning isn't everything. Understanding what not to lose sometimes becomes important. Understanding how not to lose the things that matter most becomes important. Okay. Let me close here. Today wasn't about proving people wrong. It wasn't. It was about thinking deeper. It was about triggering your thoughts. It was about questioning the phrases that we've all accepted over the years, challenging the beliefs that we've inherited or that's been downloaded into us, that's created this default in who we've become. Because here's what I've learned. Not every saying deserves to become our philosophy. Not every popular belief deserves your trust. And not every voice deserves your attention. So this week, don't just repeat what you've heard here or what I've said. Ask, is it true? Because truth doesn't just change the way you think. Truth changes the way you live. As a man thinketh, he becomes. So here it is. As we start to believe in our mind, we start to live out in our life. We start to speak it. From the heart, the mouth speaks. As a man thinketh, he becomes. So here we go. We start to think it. We start to speak it. We start to live it. We start to believe it. We start to bring other people around us that believes the lie as well. And then what do? We build a culture built on lies. We build an environment built on lies. We build a house built on lies, not truth. So this is another episode of The Winning Edge. Thank you so much to Iconic Nations Media and Brotherhood in Motion. I'm Leonard Wheeler. Thanks for spending time with me. Until next time, keep growing and find your winning edge. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this week's episode of The Winning Edge. You can write in and ask your questions on my Instagram page at Leonard Wheeler 7, and I will address your questions on an upcoming episode. If this episode helped you, I would love for you to share it with your friends, colleagues, and family. Share the episode with those that you feel can benefit from it. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, X, and LinkedIn, found in the show notes. I would greatly appreciate it if you would rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Subscribe now and let's build your legacy.